Ah, the 50-year mortgage. I've talked about this a little bit. And obviously, I don't like it. I think it's a terrible idea. And because of my thoughts, some Trump supporters have responded to me, you know, like, what am I supposed to never own a home? Am I supposed to never own a home? What am I supposed to do? Rent forever? Listen, if borrowing the money for 50 years, if saving $250 a month on a payment is what you think creates the situation where you can afford the home, then you can't afford the home. Period. If you need to save $250 to buy that home, then you can't afford it to begin with. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. What are you going to do if you can't pay the extra $250 a month that it would cost on a 30-year mortgage? If you can't pay that, what are you going to do when the heat and air unit goes out? Are you going to sit in the cold or in the heat? What are you going to do when, heck, a water heater these days is like $1,000? Like, if you can't afford that, then you can't afford to maintain a home. There is a cost to home ownership. If your heat and air unit goes out and it needs to be replaced, like the whole thing, and that's not uncommon. I've had to replace one in this house, and I'll probably have to replace another one in a few years. But like, if you don't have 8 or 10 grand laying around to pay for that, what are you doing? Like, you can't afford that house. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They budget for known things, and they don't budget for the unknown. And set aside the fact that it is a horrible, horrible idea. You absolutely are better off renting, because you're not buried in debt for 50 years. I don't understand why that is so complicated. If you borrow $400,000 on a home with this plan that you're going to refinance it, 10 years later, how are you going to refinance it? How are you going to come up with the 15 grand to refinance it? You won't have built that much equity in the house. You won't have paid down your principal. There's no guarantee that the value is going to increase in any meaningful way. Values of some homes increase. Values of other homes don't. Are you a real estate investor? Do you know what you're looking for? I mean, this is what I'm saying. So you get this mortgage, 10 years later, you go to refinance, you've paid down nothing on the principal. So then you refinance and you roll that $15,000 in closing costs off the refinance into the new mortgage. And 10 years into this home, where you've spent $200,000 on it in payments already, you find yourself owing more on it than you started? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I understand the want to be a homeowner. I understand the need to have something, to try to have a part of the American dream. That's not the way to do it. That is not the way to do it. Sorry, that's not it. And listen, it wouldn't matter whose idea it is. People think that I'm against it just because it's Donald Trump's idea. First of all, it's not Donald Trump's idea. Morons have been coming up with that idea forever. They came up with the idea for the 40-year mortgage right before the housing crash. Do you know why they came up with that idea? Because we were about to go through the largest housing crash in history in the United States. They were trying to find ways to make homes more affordable. You think that's where we're at right now? Listen, don't get a 50-year mortgage. Just don't. It's terrible. That is so bad. People are going to especially banks and lenders, they're going to tell you whatever they can tell you to talk you into doing that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Really appreciate all my new followers and subscribers. Hope you guys had a great day. Thanks.